Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to get deep into some weight loss strategies that actually work.
I'm excited to dive in.
We've been poring over this awesome resource, 100 plus best ways to lose weight. Proven strategies.
It's a gold mine of information.
Seriously. And, so many people are looking for practical advice, right? Things they can actually use in their daily lives.
Absolutely. Relatable tips and real world examples.
That's exactly what we're going for today.
Yeah.
So, one thing that struck me right away is this source doesn't just throw a random list of tips at you.
Right. It's not like do this, do that.
It's more about taking a holistic approach to weight loss, recognizing that everyone's different.
Exactly. What works for one person might not work for another. It emphasizes finding what fits your lifestyle.
I love that. It's all the personalization, right? Finding what clicks for you.
Yeah. And what you can stick with long term.
So let's jump into the first big topic, diet and nutrition.
Okay, sounds good.
What were some of the things that stood out to you in that section?
Well, one that really caught my eye was the Okinawa Hara Hachibu principle.
Hara Hachibu.
Yeah, have you heard of it?
It rings a bell, but remind me.
It's this mindfulness practice where you eat until you're about 80% full.
Oh, right.
It's about tuning into your body's signals and stopping before you feel stuffed.
Okay, so it's not about deprivation, more about being in tune with your body.
Exactly.
I can see how that could be really helpful for portion control.
Yeah, and the source even mentions research backing this up. People who practice Hara Hachibu tend to have lower BMIs and a lower risk of chronic diseases.
Wow, so simple but powerful.
Right. Small change, big impact.
I like that. Now, the source also talks about protein, right? It's not new news, but it's always good to revisit.
Oh, definitely. Protein is crucial for weight loss.
But what's the science behind it? Why is it so helpful?
Well, for starters, protein takes more energy for your body to digest compared to carbs or fats.
Okay.
So you actually burn more calories just by breaking it down. It's called the thermic effect of food.
Interesting. So we're burning more calories just by digesting protein.
Plus, it keeps you feeling full for longer, which means you're less likely to overeat.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a double whammy, boosting metabolism and helping with those cravings.
Exactly.
Does the source recommend any specific types of protein?
It actually encourages a variety of sources, both animal and plant-based.
Like what?
Lean meats, fish, eggs, and then on the plant-based side, things like beans, lentils, tofu.
Okay, so good mix.
It's about finding what fits your dietary needs and preferences.
Variety is key, right, for any balanced diet. Now, the source also debunks the myth that all fats are evil.
Definitely. There are good fats out there.
It's all about choosing the right ones, right?
Exactly. Things like olive oil, avocados, nuts, fatty fish, those are your friends.
So good. And those healthy fats actually help you feel more satisfied after eating.
They do. And they support hormone production, can even improve your cholesterol levels.
Okay, so we've got protein, healthy fats. What about fiber? It's always talked about for weight loss.
Fiber is amazing. It's like a sponge in your digestive system. Absorbs water, adds bulk to your meals.
So you feel fuller for longer.
Exactly. It slows down digestion too, which can help regulate blood sugar levels, prevents those energy crashes that make you crave junk food.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. It's literally slowing down the whole process.
It is. It keeps you feeling satisfied and energized.
Now, we can't talk about diet without mentioning the bad guys, right? Sugary drinks.
Ugh, yes. Sugary drinks are basically empty calories, no nutritional value whatsoever.
And they can really sabotage weight loss efforts.
For sure. They're quickly absorbed into your bloodstream, cause a rapid spike in blood sugar, then you crash and crave more sugar.
It's a vicious cycle.
It is, and it's so easy to forget how many calories are in those sodas and juices.
Definitely. It's sneaky.
The key is to be mindful of those liquid calories and swap them out for healthier options whenever possible.
Like what?
Water, unsweetened tea, sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon. There are so many delicious alternatives.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of the basics. Protein, healthy fats, fiber, avoiding sugary drinks. But there was one thing that surprised me in the source.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
The mention of probiotics for weight loss.
Ah, yes. That's a fascinating area of research.
It is. Can you tell us a bit more about that connection?
Absolutely. So our gut is home to trillions of bacteria, right?
Right.
And the balance of good and bad bacteria can impact everything from digestion to metabolism to immune function.
Wow, so our gut bacteria can actually influence our weight.
That's what emerging research is suggesting. A healthy gut microbiome might play a role in weight regulation.
That's incredible.
And probiotics can help promote that healthy balance of bacteria in the gut, which could potentially impact weight loss.
So it's like this whole ecosystem in our bodies that we're just beginning to understand.
It is. And the source highlights the importance of nourishing our gut with prebiotic-rich foods.
Prebiotics.
Yeah, they're like food for the good bacteria in our gut.
Ah, okay. And what kinds of foods are we talking about?
Things like fruits, vegetables, fermented foods, they all help fuel those beneficial bacteria.
So we've talked a lot about diet and the surprising role of gut health.
Yeah, it's all connected.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about exercise and activity.
Okay, great.
And the source seems to emphasize that it's not just about hitting the gym.
Right. Absolutely. It's about finding ways to move your body that you actually enjoy and that fit into your daily life.
Making movement a natural part of your routine.
Exactly.
What are some examples the source gives?
Well, it highlights walking.
Walking.
Yeah, just walking. It sounds simple, but it can be so powerful.
I guess we all know walking is good for us, but
But we often underestimate it.
true.
Think about it. A brisk walk during your lunch break, walking to the grocery store instead of driving, taking the stairs instead of the elevator.
Those are all things we can easily do.
Exactly. It all adds up over time.
And it doesn't require a gym membership or any special equipment.
Right. The source also talks about finding little ways to be more active throughout the day.
Like what?
Standing up and stretching every hour if you have a desk job. Parking further away from your destination so you have to walk a little more.
Oh, I like that. Little tweaks to our daily habits.
Yeah, it's about making those conscious choices to move more whenever possible.
So it's almost like a game, right?
Mm.
How much movement can I sneak into my day?
Exactly. And speaking of tracking movement, the source mentions fitness trackers.
Oh, yeah, those could be helpful.
They can be really motivating. You can see your progress, track your steps, calories burned, even sleep patterns.
It's like having a little accountability buddy right there on your wrist.
Exactly. And it can help you set realistic goals, too.
Now, the source also talks about strength training, right?
Absolutely. Strength training is essential.
And it's not just about building muscle. It actually plays a big role in weight loss.
Oh, for sure. When you strength train, you build lean muscle mass, which boosts your metabolism.
The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even when you're not working out.
Exactly. And strength training also improves your body composition, meaning you'll have more muscle and less fat.
So it's like this positive cycle.
Yeah.
Building muscle leads to a higher metabolism, which helps you burn more calories all day long.
Exactly.
Does the source recommend any specific types of strength training?
It encourages a mix of exercises that target different muscle groups.
Okay, so like what?
Bodyweight exercises, lifting weights, using resistance bands. There are so many options.
It's about finding what you enjoy, and that fits your fitness level, right?
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of having a workout buddy.
Oh, yeah, that can make a huge difference.
It's more fun to exercise with a friend, and you're more likely to stay consistent when you have someone to hold you accountable.
It's like having a built-in cheerleader.
Exactly. Someone to motivate you and keep you on track.
Okay, so we've got exercise covered. Now let's talk about lifestyle changes.
Sounds good.
The source highlights the importance of sleep, right?
Sleep is so crucial. It's often overlooked when it comes to weight loss, but it plays a huge role.
Why is that?
Well, when you don't get enough sleep, your body produces more of the hunger hormone ghrelin and less of the satiety hormone leptin.
Wait, so lack of sleep actually makes us feel hungrier?
It does, and it can make you crave those sugary processed foods even more.
Wow, I never realized the connection was that strong.
It's a powerful link. And sleep deprivation can also sap your energy and make you less motivated to exercise.
So it's a triple whammy. It makes us hungrier, messes with our cravings, and makes us less likely to work out.
Exactly.
Okay, so getting enough sleep is non-negotiable. What about stress? How does that factor into weight loss?
Stress is a big one. When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol.
Right, the stress hormone.
And cortisol can do a number on our weight. It can increase appetite, promote fat storage, especially around the belly, and even disrupt sleep.
So stress is making us hungrier, storing more fat, and messing with our sleep.
Yep, it's a trifecta of trouble.
That's why finding healthy ways to manage stress is so important.
Absolutely. The source recommends a variety of stress-busting techniques.
Like what?
Exercise, meditation, deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, listening to music, anything that helps you relax and unwind.
It's about prioritizing self-care and finding those moments of calm in our busy lives.
Exactly. Even small acts of self-care can make a big difference.
Now, let's talk about something simple but essential. Hydration.
Oh, yes. Water is so important.
We all know we should drink more water, but how does it actually help with weight loss?
Well, water plays a role in so many bodily functions, including digestion, metabolism, transporting nutrients,
Okay.
and it helps you feel full, which can prevent overeating. Sometimes we mistake thirst for hunger, so staying hydrated can help avoid those unnecessary snack attacks.
That makes sense. I always try to keep a water bottle with me throughout the day.
That's a great strategy. And the source suggests starting your day with a glass of water to kickstart your metabolism.
I like that. A simple but effective habit.
Now, let's talk about some helpful habits for weight loss.
Okay, what does the source recommend?
Planning and preparation are key. The source emphasizes meal planning, creating a grocery list, and even prepping snacks and meals in advance.
So it's all about being proactive and setting ourselves up for success.
Exactly. Having healthy options ready to go can really help you avoid those tempting, unhealthy choices.
Especially when you're hungry and don't have time to cook.
Exactly. And remember, mindful eating, we touched on it earlier.
Yeah, the Okinawa principle.
Right. Well, mindful eating in general can be really helpful for weight loss.
How so?
It's about paying attention to the sensory experience of eating, slowing down, savoring each bite, and really listening to your body's signals of hunger and fullness.
It's like bringing more awareness to the act of eating itself.
Exactly. And when you eat mindfully, you're more likely to enjoy your food and feel satisfied with less.
It can help prevent that mindless overeating we all do sometimes.
Exactly. The source also stresses the importance of reading food labels.
Oh yeah, that can be eye-opening.
It is. It helps you understand portion sizes, identify hidden sugars and unhealthy fats, and make more informed choices about what you're putting in your body.
It's like becoming a detective for your own health.
It is. And you'd be surprised how much sugar, unhealthy fats, and sodium are hiding in processed foods.
Definitely.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress, not perfection.
Right. It's okay to indulge sometimes as long as we're making healthy choices most of the time.
Exactly. Deprivation can backfire. Now, the source also talks about journaling as a helpful habit.
Journaling, how does that help with weight loss?
It can be a great tool for self-awareness and accountability. You can track your food intake, identify your triggers for unhealthy eating, celebrate your successes, and work through challenges.
It's about bringing more awareness to our thoughts and behaviors around food.
Exactly. And there are different ways to journal. You can keep a food diary, write about your feelings, or just jot down your thoughts and reflections.
It's about finding what works for you and using journaling as a way to support your journey. Now, let's talk about natural supplements.
Okay.
The source mentions a few that can potentially help with weight loss, but it really emphasizes that supplements should just be an extra boost, not a replacement for a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. Supplements are not magic bullets. They can provide some support, but the foundation is still a healthy diet, regular exercise, and sustainable lifestyle changes.
So supplements are like the supporting cast, not the lead actors.
Exactly. What are you curious about specifically?
Well, the source mentions caffeine, right?
Yes. Caffeine is a natural stimulant that can slightly boost your metabolism and energy levels, which can be helpful for workouts.
So that morning cup of coffee might be doing more than just waking us up.
It might give your metabolism a little nudge too, but moderation is key.
Of course. Too much caffeine can have some downsides.
Exactly. It can lead to jitters, anxiety, or trouble sleeping.
So what other natural supplements does the source talk about?
Green tea extract is another one. Green tea contains compounds called catechins, which have been shown to have some thermogenic effects.
Thermogenic. What does that mean?
It means they can help your body burn more calories.
I love green tea. It's so refreshing.
And it has a bunch of health benefits. The source also mentions vitamin D. Studies have shown a correlation between vitamin D deficiency and obesity.
Interesting. So getting enough vitamin D could potentially help with weight loss?
It's possible. Adequate vitamin D levels might play a role in regulating metabolism and appetite.
Soaking up some sunshine or taking a supplement could make a difference.
It might, but of course, always talk to your doctor before adding any new supplements to your routine.
That's a good reminder.
Oh.
Now, the source also emphasizes the importance of setting realistic goals, right?
Oh, absolutely. Realistic goals are key for success.
Why is that?
Well, if we set unrealistic goals, we're more likely to get discouraged and give up.
It's setting ourselves up for failure.
Exactly. The source recommends starting small, setting achievable goals that you can build on over time.
It's about those small wins that keep us motivated.
Exactly. It creates a sense of accomplishment and helps you build those healthy habits.
So instead of trying to change everything at once, we focus on making gradual, sustainable changes.
Exactly. And the source suggests setting SMART goals.
Smart goals.
Yeah, goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
I like that. It gives you a clear roadmap.
And it's okay to adjust your goals along the way as needed. Life happens.
True. Flexibility is important.
And don't forget to celebrate your successes no matter how small.
Yes. Acknowledge that progress.
Every step forward is a win. And remember, weight loss is a journey, not a destination.
It's about finding a healthy lifestyle you can maintain long-term.
Exactly. And the source really stresses the importance of consistency and patience. Sustainable weight loss takes time and effort.
It's not a quick fix.
It's about those daily choices that add up over time.
So focus on the process, celebrate the small wins, and trust that the results will come.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to seek support when you need it. Whether it's from a friend, family member, healthcare provider, or support group, having that support system can make a huge difference.
This has been an awesome deep dive so far. So many practical strategies.
Yeah, and remember, it's about finding what works for you and your body.
And listening to those signals, right?
Exactly. It's about personalization and sustainability.
You know, we've talked about so many great strategies for the... But I'm curious, are there any, unexpected insights in the source? Things we might not usually associate with weight loss?
Let me think. Oh, there's this whole section on how our environment can influence our food choices.
Really?
Yeah, it's called choice architecture.
Choice architecture. That sounds interesting.
It is. It's basically about how our surroundings can subtly nudge us towards certain decisions.
So, if healthy snacks are more visible and accessible, we're more likely to choose them.
Exactly. Think about it. If you have a bowl of fruit on the counter, you're more likely to grab a piece of fruit for a snack.
Right.
But if you have a pantry full of chips and cookies, well,
Temptation wins.
exactly. So it's about setting ourselves up for success by creating an environment that supports healthy choices.
Makes sense. It's like removing those temptations, or at least making them less accessible.
Right. It's not about willpower. It's about making those healthy choices the easier, more convenient option.
I love that. It takes the pressure off.
The source gives some great examples of how to do this.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Using smaller plates to help with portion control, pre-portioning snacks into individual bags or containers.
Oh, I like that. So you're not tempted to eat the whole bag.
Right. And even just keeping unhealthy foods out of sight, like on higher shelves or in the back of the pantry.
So it's like we're creating these little nudges throughout our day to make those healthier choices more automatic.
Exactly. It's all about those little tweaks.
Now, one thing I struggle with, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate, is emotional eating.
Oh, emotional eating is so common.
It is, but it can really sabotage weight loss efforts.
For sure. It's using food to cope with stress, boredom, sadness, all those tricky emotions.
It's like we're seeking comfort in food instead of dealing with the root of the problem.
Exactly. And the source offers some great tips for breaking free from that cycle.
Oh, like what?
Well, the first step is to become more aware of your triggers.
Triggers.
Yeah, like what situations, emotions, or even thoughts usually make you want to reach for food for comfort.
Okay, so it's about figuring out those patterns.
Once you identify your triggers, you can start to develop healthier coping mechanisms.
So instead of turning to food, we find other ways to deal with those emotions.
Exactly. It could be going for a walk, talking to a friend, journaling, listening to music, anything that helps you de-stress and feel better without involving food.
It's about finding what works for you.
Exactly. And having those tools ready when those emotional eating urges strike.
That makes so much sense. The source also talks about self-compassion.
Right. Yes, self-compassion is key. It's about being kind to ourselves and recognizing that we're all human. We're going to have slip-ups.
We're not perfect.
Right. And it's not about beating ourselves up for those slip-ups. It's about learning from them and moving on.
It's about progress, not perfection.
Exactly. And remember, weight loss is a journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
It's about making those small, consistent changes day after day that add up over time.
I love that analogy. It's about finding that sustainable path that leads to a healthier and happier you.
This deep dive has been truly eye-opening. It's like I have a whole new perspective on weight loss.
I'm so glad to hear that.
It's not just about diets and exercise. It's about understanding the science behind it all, the psychology, the role our environment plays, and the importance of creating a holistic approach that really supports our well-being.
That's a great way to put it. And remember, the more you understand about your body and the strategies that work best for you, the more empowered you'll feel to make those lasting changes.
This has been an amazing conversation. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
It was my pleasure. And to everyone listening, remember, the journey to a healthier you starts today. What small change will you make to kickstart your weight loss journey?